Yep.
Hey, it's Ross Payton with Roleplaying Public Radio. We are here tonight with another RPPR Patreon game, Delta Green, Operation Opal Elk. And we have two brave agents here with us tonight. As part of the task force for Opal Elk, we have, first off, John, who is playing...
I will be playing Tanya Quist, a soldier.
All right. And then we have Kyla, who is playing...
I am playing, there it is, Katie Opitz, a police officer.
Okay. And so both of you have been for probably about a year now, both working for a interagency Department of Defense task force that is very, very top secret. It is just known as the program. And the program has been sort of, you can tell that your first year of employment or more have been a test about you, evaluating your capabilities and your attitude towards things. And so apparently you're being given your first actual mission. So as your handler, I realized I forgot to give my handler a name yet again, but I have a random name generator. We have a Garrett Moody as your handler. Mr. Moody has brought you into a secured room for your briefing. And he tells you, I'm activating a new code word for this operation. This is a secure, need to know only code word, Opal Elk. Do not share any of this information who is not cleared for Opal Elk. I will designate who is not as cleared for this operation. Right now, it is just us three plus my supervisor, who you do not need to know. You are to investigate the circumstances of the disappearance of Ervin Mann, who is a software engineer for Tarnhelm, a software company and Department of Defense contractor. Mr. Mann has gone missing. He had been in contact with the Inspector General of the Department of Defense as a whistleblower. Tarnhelm has, of course, multiple contracts with the DoD, totaling over $200 million. His home shows sign of a break-in, but all of this by in of itself would not trigger our involvement. However, we have photos of the scene, video of the scene, has indicated a potential vector. And this will be your first investigation into a potential vector. Vectors are theoretical weapons which are not public knowledge, and the application of which are extremely dangerous. If you wish to have more briefing and background information about a vector, I can provide that. However, in short, anything that appears to be impossible or of a significant unnatural nature is a vector. In this case, his dog's corpse was found at the home at an inexplicable state, completely desiccated. A photo from earlier that evening, taken from his Mr. Mann's online photo backup service, shows a healthy adult Rottweiler. We believe Mann stumbled upon a vector at some point and misunderstood its nature, and it found out about something and made him disappear or disappeared him. Now, thanks to we have contacts with the Inspector General of the Department of Defense, and we are working with their office to gain. You will be technically part of their team investigating this. So there will be essentially there is another investigation with there is a local police investigation, an FBI investigation of this disappearance, and the inspector general investigation of this. You will be technically attached to the inspector general. The lead investigator in that case is a Devin Snyder, and essentially you will be given their case files and you can investigate. You will essentially be the second sweep team. You will never make, at least for this part of the investigation, you will not. The house has already been searched, investigated by multiple forensics teams. And so you'll be given access to those files. You, of course, can go back to the scene to pick up that. You can investigate the corpse if you wish. But your mission is to find out what caused the dog to be killed in such an unnatural manner. And then, of course, extrapolate from there and find out what the vector is. You do not, I believe, need any background information on a vector yet until you can provide me some evidence of what its actual nature is. We can also provide you access to his manager, who has already been interviewed. His manager, let's see, her name is Miriam Warren, and Mrs. Warren. Sorry. Can provide you more data. You will be cleared to access his details about his work, even though it is classified in nature. So essentially, you're cleared to investigate everything because this case has already been worked on for 4 days by 3 separate teams, and there is some coordination between them. There are multiple leads. A van that was spotted near his house the disappearance was found in a parking garage. It was a stolen van. There's video footage of 3 men leaving the van, parking the van and leaving. The security camera footage loses track of them after that. So perhaps these 3 men are the ones who caused. Of course, the footage is incomplete. Well, it doesn't show them carrying Mr. Mann. Mr. Mann is not with them, but it was that footage was shot 7 hours after the approximate time of the break-in. There are signs with tampering with his home security system. There's a lot of evidence to go around, but we're not looking so much as who did it as how they did it. Do you understand?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for me?
I have one,
Yes.
sir.
Mm-hmm.
If we find Mann, do you want us to bring him home? Or...
Oh, of course. But given what happened to his dog, I'd be very surprised if he was alive. But yes, if he is alive, we would definitely want to hear from him. He was working on he is a civilian, but he was working on classified, security DoD projects. Of course, you'd want him back, but unless he is unless hypothetically, if he is the vector, in which case you would know that in general, there are things in this world that we do not, certain weapons, certain types of knowledge, we do not want to propagate. We do not want others to propagate. Anything else?
Not for me, sir.
All right.
Seems pretty straightforward.
If you go to your workstations, or your office, you will have your computers will have access to all the case files of all 3 teams. The house has still been blocked off. You can show them. You will be provided badges with the inspector general of the DoD. and you can identify them. Identify yourself as a subordinates of Mr. Snyder, and law enforcement shouldn't give you any problems. So you'll be able to have access to whatever you need. Very well. I will expect daily reports. So with that, Mr. Moody leaves, and you go back to your office. So, what do you want to do?
I'm thinking check the reports first, then check out the scene, maybe?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You can get some. You'll get some information regardless, just by reading them, obviously. But you can make a skill. You can each make a skill check to gain information. You didn't mention several tidbits, but what skill would you like to use to figure some things out?
Bureaucracy?
Bureaucracy. What kind of things are you trying to figure out with that? Or like, you could, let's see, what was bureaucracy? I mean, the primary things I was thinking of was criminology and forensics. I'm getting some static on your end.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming from me because I'm
Oh,
also
no, is my
hearing it.
mic acting up?
Yeah, your mic
Yeah.
is acting up.
One moment.
It's a very Delta green noise.
It is a very but we're still in the first act. I mean, let's
Yep.
hold off until the second act.
Right. I'm looking over what I've got.
Better or worse?
Better, definitely better.
Okay.
Criminology, forensics, search, I would allow alertness, bureaucracy. I'm not sure what kind of, like, those would give you general information.
Okay.
If you had electronics or computer science, I'd also give you something.
I'll go for criminology.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Pass.
Okay. With that, your overall impression is this is a team. This was a group of professionals, assuming the three men are the same ones who kidnapped him, the ones we're seeing dropping off the vehicle. They came in late at night, rolled up, not too far from his house, but parked in sort of an inconspicuous location so that, like, no one called the police on them or anything. But it was spotted by other, security cameras in the area. And they stealthily made entry into the house. You do note that his house does have a security system on it, but it did not trigger. Obviously they silently disabled his adult Rottweiler dog. You do note that Man did give that dog like guard dog training. Like, it was like Man was obviously a very security conscious individual. So the dog was found without any knife or gunshot wounds. There was no gunshots in the area. There was a sign of there is some broken glass in one of the interior a window. So one window was broken. You're guessing when they grabbed Man, he put up a fight or somebody's elbow went through a window, but one broken window, one pane of a broken window wouldn't make enough noise to have someone call the police, even late at night. And they just took him out without. So these are people who were knew what they were doing, totally unafraid. Didn't make any large mistakes aside from being seen in the parking garage. And so they grab him at some point at 2 a.m. And then the car is seen at 9 a.m. And yeah,
Pros, basically.
yeah. But yeah, definitely the security system was tampered with. I mean, but no fingerprints were found. They must have been wearing gloves. There are hairs and fibers that were picked up, but like, Man had guests over the week before. Who knows who's
Much
what.
like background,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
White
So
noise, basically.
yeah, there's no overt physical signs. There's signs of a break-in, but not like they were bold enough to go into a suburban neighborhood and grab a dude who had a Rottweiler as a guard dog, and
Yeah.
like they didn't nobody upper middle class neighborhood called the cops on them for, even though their vehicle is literally they stole a white van. Like it was
Yeah.
very so yeah, they weren't fucking around. And there was signs that documents and laptops were taken.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's not good.
Yep. So his laptop was taken, documents were taken. One stray piece of paper was left on the ground. Obviously, so that, I guess that's a mistake. It is a memo from Tarnhelm. It mentions something called Acuity Progress Report, which is a classified software project that you assume Man was listed on the memo, so he must have worked on it.
Or if he worked on it, he could be at least part of a team that did.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's what you get with a basic criminology check, just to kind of get a sense of it. Definitely, the security system needs to be checked out more. You get a sense other teams are the ones trying to scan the rest of the city for looking for more surveillance cameras to try and find the three men after they leave the parking garage. But coverage isn't perfect. And that kind of thing. And yeah, they also, when they leave the parking garage, they don't have any laptop or documents visible on their personage.
Alrighty.
So let's see here. Who that was? Officer Investigator Katie Opitz, Tanya Quist. What would you like? What kind of skill check?
Would military science be useful to like see if there was any if they seemed to be following any SOPs that we know of like enemy actors or whatever? I don't know if that would find.
Yeah, I love a military science check.
Sweet. That is a critical failure.
If it's
definitely North Koreans.
Yeah. It's like the Bin Laden raid, only minus the helicopter and the walled compound. And
the Iranians are moving on us.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't get anything from that.
Yep. Nope. Looks. Yep.
Nothing except a splitting headache.
Probably Spetsnaz.
Yeah, definitely Spetsnaz. So you spend a couple hours reading these reports and sort of piecing this information together and kind of getting a basic sense of the crime. There is an autopsy for the dog, because what the fuck happened to the dog?
Yeah.
No gunshot wounds, no knife wounds, no toxins, no acid. It appears to be it seems to be like someone freeze-dried the dog and then like sucked out all the moisture out of it while it was still alive.
Gross.
Like it's inexplicable. In fact, both of you make sand checks because you see photos of it.
I fail.
It's one sand.
One sand.
Pass.
All right, no sand loss. Yeah, it's completely inexplicable. But either that's like okay, or like what the fuck.
Nope.
Yep.
That's a whole lot of nope right there.
Yep.
I'm tempted to make a man's best friend reference, but I won't.
Touche. Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that. So what do you want to do next? There's people to talk to. You could go to the scene yourself. It kind of depends on what angle you want to do.
Yeah.
How good are you with forensics?
Do you have forensics?
super bad at that.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have
none.
3 teams that work through it with their own forensics experts. You reading the report, you kind of get the big thing is how did the dog die, obviously, and how did they disable the security system. So you could talk to people. You can figure out what kind of person you should talk to about that.
Do they have a security expert or like a computer scientist on their side that we can talk to about the security system?
Well,
It's-
the program basically trusts you so much that they don't have any other personnel that can live you, but there are 3 other investigative teams here working on this case. You can talk to the local police, the FBI, or the Inspector General's team.
Oh, FBI, definitely.
Okay. So you call up the FBI expert. They have a computer technician. He's like, "Oh yeah, oh you're with the IG. Don't you have your own tech? Why do you need our opinion? What like we're fine. We don't. I mean, it's all in the report. I don't know what else to tell you."
Well, never hurts to put a couple extra heads together, see what comes of it.
Okay, you can give me a persuade or a bureaucracy check to get him to see the.
I will do bureaucracy because that's better.
Mm-hmm.
And fail.
The FBI does not want to talk to you, and they say they'll get back to you. You get a sense perhaps he doesn't know himself, or he's uncertain about it and doesn't want to reveal it, or he thinks, hey, you're the Inspector General, you're the one who does internal investigation type things. Yeah. So there is that. You can talk to the local police or the IG.
I'll go ahead and talk to local PD, see if I can.
Okay. Local PD says, you actually get them on free. It's like, oh yeah, hi. Yeah, the only way I can think about it, they had it wasn't, the lock wasn't picked and it wasn't forced for the little security box outside.
Mm-hmm.
But they entered in a admin code for the security
code.
system. I don't know who would have access to that though, outside of a security technician.
Yeah, like somebody who actually works for whoever he got it through. Interesting.
Yeah.
You guys, you got any ideas on the dog? Like, seems kind of weird.
I'm the computer tech man. I don't know nothing about no dog.
I don't know. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if maybe you heard some chat around the office.
It's not the top case, and we got actual criminals to deal with, not just someone disappearing.
Yeah, but something that weird, anyway. Yeah.
I heard that he was just like one of those. He's faking his death because he's in debt because he bought too much Bitcoin.
Oh man, that Bitcoin! It'll get you. They should have invested in Dogecoin, man.
That stuff's all bullshit, man. You just farm gold like a honest yeah.
Sell that gold on the internet. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yep. So you gain new information. That someone entered in admin access codes to disable the security system.
Do we know what company he had his security system through? Or
Gensec.
Gensec. Good old Gensec.
Yep.
Hey, those guys do security on my house.
Yeah. I feel like they do security on everyone's house.
They're very popular.
You'd think that monopoly would be broken up or something. Okay.
I think we might have to have a talk with them.
Yeah.
Okay. You can call up a Gensec rep pretty easily. I was like, hello, I am let's see here. Paulette. I'm with Gensec. How can we help the Inspector General?
Hi, Paulette. I'm Katie. Nice of you to help us out. We were wondering if you could give us a little info on we're trying to investigate what happened to one of your customers, and I was
Mhm.
wondering if you could lend us a hand.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of your customers. Someone put in admin codes and disabled his security system, and then something happened to him. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about who would have access to admin codes, stuff like that.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's not what happened. It's not our fault. That's a different. I'll have to consult our legal team with that interpretation of the available evidence. It's possible someone, the customer himself, entered in the information incorrectly and thus did not arm the system in the first place. Many times, in fact, almost every single time our security system malfunctions, it turns out to be the fault of the customer who improperly used our technology. So anyway, she keeps rambling on for a little bit. Do you want to make some sort of skill check to cut through the bullshit? Law would be a good one.
I guess I can try law. I only have 30, so.
Or bureaucracy would work, I suppose. Or persuade would be really good. Let's see. Or
I guess I'll try bureaucracy.
okay.
Fail again.
Okay. So she keeps talking like that. Both of you can give me, since you're both listening to this call, both of you can give me human checks.
Human? Where's my human? Ooh, hefty 10%. Nope. I'm more of a woman of action.
Failed again. Damn.
All right. Yeah, she's stonewalling you. Yeah.
Well, she said the magical L word that is legal team, so.
Well, I mean, you just said that it was their security system didn't work, which is why the dude is now missing. So they kind of probably don't want to admit that kind of culpability.
Yeah.
So,
foot in mouth.
Yep. So yeah, you don't know who would have that kind of access. So yeah, you can continue talking. You can call up Mr. Mann's boss. I think Mrs. Warren. You could go to the scene. You could go to the parking garage. You could go investigate any of the clues or talk to someone else. What do you want to do?
I'll check out the parking garage, see
Okay.
if there's maybe something that someone else missed.
Okay. So you go to the parking garage. You can look at the spot where they parked. Of course, the van was towed away because it was stolen. And go ahead and give me what kind of skill do you have? What alertness, search?
Search.
Okay.
Nope, missed it by 10.
Okay. So you can trace their path, and you can see that they basically walked out from the parking garage onto a busy street that doesn't with a lot of parked cars near it, and so there was a lot of cover, and so they could have gotten into somebody who was waiting for them, an Uber, or a taxi. I mean, it's 9 a.m. A lot of people on the street in that time. It's a sort of busy downtown commercial area. So, yeah. By the way, this is happening near DC. This is all happening in that sort of sprawl around DC and the Pentagon and all that. So,
out in the Beltway area.
Yeah, the Beltway area. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, this is just to geographically locate the game, which I forgot to do until now. It was just the neighborhood and Washington D.C. or it was the city. So yeah, so you don't gain. So yeah, they had this. You get the sense that they must have had this place picked out in advance.
These are pros.
Yep,
they knew what they were doing.
Could I take a look at the other scene?
His house?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You go there. The police tape's still there. There's local cops guarding it, but you show them your IG badge, and they let you in. What do you want to do? Look at, or what?
Check the outside, see if maybe they left footprints that the team didn't catch or anything at all, really.
Sure.
You know,
Go
piece
ahead.
of paper or stuck on something.
Alertness or search, whatever's higher.
Alertness. Oh, for crit fail.
Okay. Well, it sure is a house.
We are the best investigators.
Uh,
I'm just saying.
We're getting all the bad rolls out of the way first.
well,
Right?
I mean, basically, like again, 3 other teams have swept the area too. So
Yeah.
there's not like I'm not saying that there are clues left, but if there are clues, they're well hidden clues.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get a sense like it reinforces the narrative that you've sort of built up from these reports. The window that was broken is basically in a hallway between the front door area. Like it looks like they let themselves in through the front door. The police report indicates signs of lockpicking, which is extremely rare. Actually, criminals don't learn to pick locks. They just force things. So, emphasizing the sort of pro angle. The dog came at them, then got desiccated somehow. That must have made enough noise for Mr. Mann to come out. Something happened in the hallway, broken glass. No signs of blood though, so perhaps the intruders were wearing, the ones in the security footage were all wearing like long jackets and pants, and so if they were, sufficiently thick clothing would protect them from a single pane of glass,
like a leather jacket or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and they sort of, and he didn't even, Mr. Mann didn't even, did have a handgun, but didn't think to take it. It was actually in his bedroom, but not at his bedside. And he, perhaps he heard his dog in pain and rushed out in a sign of panic. Or perhaps he was just suddenly awoken and disoriented. Who knows?
Could be a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what do you want to do next?
So we still haven't talked to his boss.
Nope.
I guess we could talk to her.
Of course, he has friends. He was single, divorced. Divorce was 5 years ago.
Okay.
His wife is living in Canada, or ex-wife, sorry, living in Canada, who and has since remarried. No signs that they've had recent contact. Social media indicates that he was nothing. Don't indicate any unusual things. The 3 investigative teams have done interviews with him, but nothing popped up on that seemed unusual for him. The whistleblower investigation was in its very early stages, as he had just made initial contact with them and said, "I think the project I'm working on is fucked up, and they're basically wasting government taxpayer dollars with this stupid thing, and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing." And yeah.
I think we better talk to his boss and find out just what this project was.
Okay.
I agree.
All
What
right.
was the name on the thing that got left behind?
Acuity.
Yeah, Acuity progress.
Yep. So the boss, Miriam Warren, you meet her at her office to talk to her, and she is. We of course hope Mr. Mann is safe and returns to us soon. We are very sorry that this has happened. We don't know what's going on exactly. But as I understand, you were with the IG. Obviously, we have to look into the possibility that this is somehow connected to his work. Obviously, important documents were stolen from him. Mr. Mann was working on Acuity, a next generation facial recognition system. He was actually working with the field office of an FBI office in Portland, Oregon, to basically run surveillance footage they had of an actual case through Acuity to recognize the faces of certain people. Acuity is simply it's just facial recognition, but better, faster, goes through more databases, more nuanced. And Mr. Mann in particular was actually working on quality assurances by doing the sort of live test. And he was working with FBI Special Agent James Guzman in Portland, Oregon, now as a manner because it was an active criminal investigation. Mr. Mann was required to remain confidential about the details of his work, even from me, except through an independent FBI auditor who would have reviewed our work at the end of the test run, but that auditor had not yet been established. So it was just him and Mr. Guzman who were working on this. So, by the way, you two know that Warren does not know about the whistleblower part.
Yeah.
Maybe don't mention that.
Yeah.
She understands why the inspector general would be here because DoD contractor goes missing and a bunch of stuff would, including documents and laptops. So she's not suspicious about that, about you being there per se. But yeah, she would obviously, if you mentioned whistleblower, that would be one, very powerful leverage in the right context, but two, could also completely shut her up. But it was my understanding, because this was an active investigation, all the data was being controlled by Mr. Guzman.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't happen to know how to get us in contact with Mr. Guzman, would you?
Of course. If there's anything we can do to help you, I mean, if you think of course, we've had all kinds of speculations and rumors that perhaps employees of this company are being targeted by, Iranians or North Koreans, or even Russians, or simply kidnapping us to steal our data. Completely ridiculous, I know. And who would ever actually believe that? But
I know, right? I say pointedly, not looking at my compatriot.
Yeah. So, but if there's anything we can do, if you need to look at our security, our parking lot security camera footage, we could give it to you. Obviously, there's nothing in the office we can give you. If you want access to Acuity, you could evaluate it yourself. That is part of your office's job anyway. So if you wanted to evaluate it, I suppose that would work.
Yes, please.
Okay. So she takes you to a workstation and loads up Acuity. And she runs you, explaining how to do that. It's just quickly you run a video feed, and Acuity just works automatically recognizing faces and then searching them through a number of databases. Acuity can also reconstruct faces from partial angles because it knows that faces are constructed in such a way so that even if you can't see the left side, you can see the right side, you can sort of ascertain what the left side looks like, barring exotic features, but like a scar or something like that. But sometimes it can ascertain scars just from inferences from other clues. So how a person talks, if they have cheek damage, their cheeks will move differently. It's very advanced technology, but Mr. Mann was in the final stages of testing it, in sort of a live environment to make sure it would work. His work would be evaluating matches of this. Of course, I don't have any of the matches because that was all the data is remotely held by Special Agent Guzman. So yes, if you, I mean, I suppose if you had, I guess it would only be appropriate if you ever have footage you want us to run through it. We could run it through here to help you find Mr. Mann. So, yep. So that's a standing offer, as long as you don't mention the whistleblower thing.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
With my Law 30, does this seem on the up and up?
Well, you can for free. I'll tell you. It obviously depends on how it's used, but in court. But in general, the American legal system and law enforcement system is going towards the panopticon state, where everything is under surveillance all the time. So it hasn't. A lot of the stuff hasn't been tested in courts yet, but they're still using it because a lot of it will be used for non-courtroom things, like just finding people so they can then, start watching them and that kind of thing. So, but you can give me a legal check.
Sure, why not? Fail.
No. Yeah, it's pretty complicated, but it's happening regardless of what you think. Yeah. So, you have Special Agent Guzman's contact information. You can go to the IG and ask about any other details about the whistleblower investigation now that you know about Acuity. You can do something else.
What do you think we should do, John? Sorry, Tanya.
So sorry. What are the other the other leads or angles that we had again?
Let's see.
Guzman.
Yeah, we still have Guzman to talk to.
The whistleblower thing. Now that we know what Acuity is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do we know? Did we know of someone in particular that was like handling the whistleblower investigation? Was that Guzman wasn't involved in that? Guzman was
no. Guzman is in Portland as an FBI agent, not involved in Inspector General at all. The person you want to talk to is Joan Baker. She's with the Inspector General office, and she was the one handling the whistleblower investigation.
Let's maybe we talk to Guzman. I don't know who might. I think if we talk to Baker, we might be able to get more info on the Guzman situation. Like, if Guzman is also on the up and up, like who knows if he's possibly involved? Like, he might be skimming from the top, possibly even. Who knows? So yeah, let's try Baker.
Okay.
Can't hurt.
If I can talk people.
Okay, so you contact Baker. Baker arranges to meet you. She says, well, I've been given the details of the investigation so far by Devin Snyder, and I can tell you that the case looked promising from our angle as a case of potential fraud, because Acuity is in its early testing stages. But if fully accepted, would be a very, very expensive contract for Tarnhelm. Would make them a lot of money. But Mr. Mann was highly concerned that it didn't work because he believed he was being fed bad, and he wasn't sure how it worked and why Guzman was doing this. But he believed Guzman was somehow trying to fake the data, the accuracy, was trying to boost the accuracy of Acuity by feeding him old footage In particular, Mann said he would get me data that would prove that he was getting me footage that was being manipulated, altered to make it look like it was coming from. It was recorded recently, but it was in fact sometimes old, like years old, because it was footage of people who are dead.
Wait, dead?
Like people who are legally dead. So like old footage of them. And so he was being like apparently he was saying Acuity kept making matches of this footage with people who are legally dead.
Interesting.
And like he didn't give me any names, but Mann said he looked them up and like they were really dead, like autopsy photos and everything, but he did not have. He said he was going to get that to me soon to prove that like Acuity was being fed like essentially softballs, like obviously if you have someone who's dead and they did an autopsy, you have high res photos you can feed into Acuity, and then you have old footage of them, and then like it's not really an impressive test of technology if you know who the person is in advance.
It's like knowing the answers to a quiz before it's given.
Yes, exactly. So, but that was Mr. Mann. He was very frustrated that Guzman kept giving him. And he said Guzman, he did indicate that Guzman was getting a little erratic, a little frustrated himself on his end. So perhaps, but he wouldn't elaborate on what that was.
When did this conversation with Mann take place?
2 weeks ago.
Right before he disappeared?
No.
No, wait. No, that was 3 days ago. Never mind.
Yeah. Interesting.
And spooky.
And spooky indeed. Potentially. Maybe. Or just, somebody being shady.
I mean, I could. Yeah, my problem was if Mann could give me that evidence he promised, it would have been a slam dunk case of fraud. But
that's
was
missing from the home, I assume, when they.
Yes, yeah, there was no such evidence. The IG team was very careful to look over everything. There's one memo that was left behind for Acuity, but that was it. It was just a standard progress report from 6 months ago. The problem for me was like why Guzman would want to fake data to help a private DoD contractor.
Maybe he was getting kickbacks.
Well, there's no evidence of it. I investigated his finances. I investigated personal ties between him and the people who work at Tarnhelm. I didn't have I could not get a warrant to investigate his communications, but there's no ties between Guzman and Tarnhelm that I could find, aside from this one. Aside from him working with Tarnhelm, but that was assigned by people higher up at the FBI, essentially. I mean, Guzman was working on a fraud case, is my understanding. Like MLM scheme, pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Really?
That I didn't get any other data, but it was not supposedly a violent crime. It was not. It was investigating. It was a white collar crime, some kind of pyramid scheme or something along those lines.
Might have to look into that just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of the problem. If you can find evidence that Tarnhelm is, committing fraud with its Acuity system, we would love to hear it because we don't want the U.S. taxpayer unnecessarily, defrauded with bad technology.
Yeah, understandable.
Makes sense.
So, both of you can give me like intelligence checks or criminology checks.
Intelligence check it is.
Criminology, definitely, because my intelligence sucks.
Oh man, I actually made a roll?
Oh.
We both did.
with the same number, hilariously enough.
I told you we were getting the bad rolls out of the way first.
Right?
Dice rolling bot. Oh, how accurate are you? How random can you truly be?
How random are you truly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, obviously, she kind of outlined the sort of basic problem. So the basic thing is obviously like Guzman. Like Guzman was the one who was working with him. So how do you approach Guzman? And the main question you have to answer is, well, what do you think of Guzman based on everything you've heard so far?
I am not I am not in a very good mindset about him, given what we've heard.
Obviously, a foreign agent.
Okay.
Not everyone is a foreign agent.
So
That's
you
just what a
don't
foreign
trust
agent would say.
Guzman. So Guzman, the one advantage you have over Guzman right now is that he doesn't know about you. He doesn't know about the program. He may or may not know about the whistleblower program. He may or may not know about the IG, but he certainly doesn't know about the program. You can be reasonably confident of that. So the thing is, with the program, you can try to gain access to FBI files about what Guzman has been reporting, even though the IG would not normally be able to do that. And so with that, you can research him and figure out what his angle is, and then figure out your approach for that. So that is your one unique advantage. But yeah, you both with both those successful checks, you realize you do need to be careful with what you say and do around
Yeah.
him.
Because if he's not on the up and up, then he'll
Bad things will happen.
There are other possibilities. Certainly, he could be innocent. He could be someone could be surveilling him that doesn't want QD to get out. Perhaps someone at Tarnhelm does want Acuity to work and is somehow manipulating Guzman in order to do this. Perhaps these people who are all legally dead are fake their deaths. She said there were multiple people who were tagged by this. She did not have any other information about them because Mann had it all, and Mann was putting it all together because he wanted to prove it without a reasonable doubt. So, so you contact your handler and request to have access to Guzman's files and what he's doing at the FBI, and because you're the program, and you explain what you found so far, you're able to do that without a skill roll. So Guzman, as far as you can tell, is investigating a potential pyramid scheme, in Portland, Oregon, for a company called Steady Home. Steady Home is sells aspirational home goods, targeting stay-at-home mothers and career women, and has a lot of positive mantras and things of that nature. A very suburban kind of focused market, but people who you can only buy through Steady Home. You are also encouraged you get more bonuses for recruiting more people to be Steady Home sellers than you do for selling actual goods, which are hallmarks of pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
But legally speaking, multi-level marketing companies are legal. So
It's a weird gray area.
It's a weird gray area if you know about this in real life. However, certainly dodgy things that they've done, and that they are certainly seem to be earning a lot more money than they should be, even with the number of people they claim to be recruiting. So the FBI and the IRS are certainly investigating them for being a pyramid scheme. There's general broad consensus in the people who are investigating that they're doing something illegal. They just don't know what yet. So Guzman, Special Agent Guzman, was investigating. Their headquarters are in Portland, Oregon, and Guzman was investigating them and actually staking them out. However, Guzman recently has started writing reports and memos that this is a waste of his time, and that this case should be closed because there is nothing worth prosecuting here. At best, it could be some minor tax infractions, in which case the IRS should look into it. But this is a waste of the FBI's resources. So he's not petitioning to be transferred out of the case. He's trying to get the case closed on Steady Home. And yeah, so and that's kind of the broad sense you get from the report. Now you can infer more information with skill checks if you want to.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. What skill checks you want to use?
Would human work?
Sure.
Oh, sweet.
Try and figure out his motives for this.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's a success.
Great. Obviously, there are multiple possible multiple motives. You don't know enough about Guzman to know if he is an actual actually gives a shit about the FBI as an institution and believes that they shouldn't be investigating. There's sort of a professional pride in the FBI that they don't want to investigate things that aren't really crimes or are a waste of their time. They want to go after big fish, in other words. So even if it's something they could prosecute, they kind of have to pick and choose what cases they go after, because they can't go after all of them. So it could be that. Of course, the more obvious angle is that he is in Steady Home's pocket somehow, and he is trying to protect them. There does seem to be a shift in his reports from the initial oh yeah, sure, they sound like fraudsters, let's investigate, to I don't know about this, guys. This seems kind of So reading between the lines, it's really hard to tell if you don't know what kind of person Guzman is. You'd have to talk to his people, but if he's the kind of person who's we must, if he's very career and ambitious, then it's yes, we must do what we can to enhance the FBI's reputation and prosecute big, serious criminals, and not waste our time with petty cases. Or if he's a more average agent, it's yeah, just whatever crimes I'm told to investigate, I'll investigate. In which case, he would only be doing this if he was, if he's an idealist, then he's arguing for this case to be dropped because it would hurt the FBI's reputation to go after a small fish. But if he's an average agent who just he does this as a job because it's his job, then he's doing this because he's in Steady Home's pocket. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to get somebody who has a personal sense of who Mr. Guzman is, or talk to him yourself to figure that out. But those are the only two explanations that make sense for this.
Well, didn't Mann mention that Guzman had been acting erratic lately?
Yeah. Same time frame as when his reports start changing. Or actually a little. Actually, the erratic. Well, no, you don't have that sense of a timeline. You didn't get that. The IG investigator Baker didn't have that fine tune of a timeline. But yeah, he did. She did mention that.
What do you think, Tanya?
Do we have? Let's see. Do we know of anyone who is close to Guzman that we might be able to find out more about that timeline from?
Yeah, there's an agent. You find out an agent he worked on in another career another
office or something.
Yeah, another FBI agent.
Okay. I think that wouldn't be a terrible.
Who's stationed in Washington D.C. right now? So
so we can even talk to them in person.
Yeah, you could.
Ooh. See if they act funny as well.
Yeah.
The vast conspiracy.
There's no vast conspiracy.
Everything's a vast
And
conspiracy.
you're literally in a conspiracy.
Yeah. I don't know that.
Well, don't you though?
Isn't a government nothing but a vast conspiracy?
True, or I'm just lying to myself to rationalize it.
Why not both?
All right.
Porque no los dos.
All right. So Hugo Wheeler.
Hugo.
Yep.
That's a great name.
Thanks, random name generator. .info. Of course, both of you realize if you talk to him and you like, I don't know, fuck up really bad, like he could tip off Guzman.
That's fine. We'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right. So yes, yes. You want to talk about Agent Guzman?
Yeah, just want a little background on him. We're just doing some due diligence. One of his
Dot I's, cross T's, all that good stuff.
Okay. Either of you have persuade?
At
Yes.
30.
40.
All right, give me a roll.
Oh god, please don't screw me, dice. They screwed me.
Oh God. Too bad we don't have will to burn.
Yep. Well, you don't have a great bedside manner in terms of like making him not suspicious.
Curse you, 8 int.
Yep.
Right.
Agent Guzman is a consummate professional and cares only for doing justice in each of his cases. So both of you can give me human checks.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
What's my human? Nope. Definitely
Pass.
nope.
I passed by 2.
Hooray!
All right, good job. You realize he's giving the answer that he's like, there's kind of the protect the blue wall, blue line, the thin blue line.
Answer.
Yeah. So he actually is saying that Guzman's just like a rank and file average agent. It's not like an idealist or anything. He's just saying these nice things because you say these nice things whenever an internal affairs inspector general type person comes around and asks them.
Yeah, I'm a cop. I get that.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it sounds to you based on this that like Guzman's probably corrupt.
Yeah.
Probably being paid off by Steady Home, but yeah.
Not good.
Yep. So yeah, looks like you need to go to Portland.
Yeah.
Who's up for a road trip?
Road trip.
Well, I mean,
I feel like that'd be more of an airplane thing. Yeah. But yes. Yeah.
And you can bring guns with you because you have the program giving
hooray.
you.
And the DOD. Yay.
Mm-hmm. So you carry.
Yep.
Well, they'll just be handguns, but yeah.
I don't get to bring a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Come on, I've got an artillery of 60. I should have a mortar.
Yeah,
it's just my own personal mortar.
Well,
knowing how we
do you want to go off on a detour to try and fucking requisition that?
Oh, that sounds like work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't say I never gave you the chance.
Yep. Well, if I change my mind later, we'll go to some base somewhere.
Yes, but later may be too late.
And knowing how we roll, you'd probably wind up blowing us up.
Yeah, that's also
You're not wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, you're in Portland. How do you want to do this?
Well, approaching those Guzman is right out because no.
You could always go undercover at Steady Home. You could attend them and see if there's anything hinky going on there. There's all kinds of investigative things you could do on Guzman.
I kind of want to go undercover, at least to one meeting.
Okay. Do you want to go too, Tanya?
Yeah, I'll go with. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. So you get dressed in civvy clothes, and you go to their website, which redirects you to a Facebook page, which gives you information about their next meeting. And so you go to a nice suburban house, and there is it's almost all entirely women, ranging from early 20s to late 70s or older. But they're all very cheerful, a lot of pastel colors, a lot of very, very cozy and warm. Candles are being lit, and everyone's very happy for each other. Everyone's high-fiving, and it's like, "Oh, hello, welcome to a steady home. What's your names?"
Hi. I'm Carly. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Karen.
I'm Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. Welcome to a steady home. Is this your first time coming to one of our events?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Great. We're so honored to meet you. And we have some snacks and refreshments over here. And just if you want to look around, and just like almost everything in this house is a steady home product. But we'll be starting the little inspirational seminar in a little bit. But if you want to get started, we have some yoga mats out in the backyard. If you want to do some stretches and warm up, we can do a little session there, a little sesh. It'll be fun. I'm getting real positive vibes from you two. It's really great.
Yeah, we're
it's
super positive people.
Yeah.
it's just super peachy keen all the way around.
So, Karen, you start. Well, actually, you have a little bit of time to mingle. There's tons of people. Like I said, mostly women, and they're it's like a little casual little house party kind of thing. There's Anya music playing. It's very nice. So, what do the two of you want to do, or you just want to wait for the seminar to start?
Probably eavesdrop.
Okay. Give me an alertness check.
Okay. I'm actually vaguely disturbed by the cheerfulness in real life, so well done you.
Yeah. Also
So you're
roll
saying I need to
alertness.
make it even more cheerful.
Well, I passed my alertness.
I
Okay.
failed.
Okay, so yeah, there's something is a little off about some of these people. Some of these women. You didn't critically succeed, so you don't know exactly what it is, but
Just something is.
yeah. God, what is it? It's just yeah. Something
Mm.
But yeah, you can't quite place it in a little bit.
Have they seen the yellow sign?
Uh,
We're in
you don't-
Carcosa this whole time.
you don't know. You
I don't
don't.
want
You
to be
your
in
character just
Carcosa.
you don't know about that.
That's true.
So the Karen comes back and says, "Welcome, everybody." And today we're just going to do talking about crystal energy because that crystals are from the earth, where all of our food comes from, and so but crystals have a different kind of energy than food, and so and then she just goes on and on about the energies of different types of crystal. Quartz does this, geodes do this, and then she talks about there are certain crystals that you could just like she takes a smooth out quartz crystal that's just like almost like a skipping stone in terms of how perfectly spherical or like how rounded it is, and she just puts it on her tongue for a few seconds and then when you take it, you just feel that energy just starting to flow from it, the crystal, into you. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? And these are only available with a $49.99 charge. And of course, we have more powerful crystals available, but this is for new people. You definitely don't want to start with something too powerful. And then everybody has a little chuckle about that. Like, what a mistake. Oh, how comical would that be? But we so let's have some. Okay, well, enough about that. Let's have some fun, and let's do some charades. Yeah.
Charades.
And
Oh
let's
God.
break out the wine. Anybody up for a glass or two? And there's a lot of yeah. So they're selling crystals that you put on your parts of your body to gain their energy to and then put those crystals back out in the sun so they can recharge or put them on the
Power of the
earth
sun.
itself.
Mm.
And that's how they recharge their energy. And so you're just harnessing the sun's energy more efficiently than you would otherwise. Yeah.
So
Uh,
I'm gonna roll my 10% in occult to see if this is actually like linked to like something I might have read about.
sure.
Nope,
Okay.
that's a 25. I
Yeah,
failed.
no, you're reading the Aleister Crowley and the Golden Bow did not
Yep.
prepare you for crystal power.
Yep.
It's more new age kind of thing.
Seems about right.
Yeah, but there's a lot about consuming crystal energy and that kind of thing. So yeah, and they ask if you want to get any crystals to start out, maybe just a little starter kit.
Sure. I guess.
None for me, thank you.
Okay.
I mean, for research purposes, sure. Why
Okay.
not?
Okay.
See if maybe there's something to it.
All right. Oh, great. And so she hands you a crystal, and you like within a few seconds of holding it, you feel a little buzz.
That's not ominous at all.
Yeah, you feel a little more energetic. It's just
Okay.
it's just powerful enough for you to actually notice it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I give my partner here a pointed look.
I'm not touching it.
Like this is probably less bullshit than we thought it was, and that's terrifying look.
Oh, I'm just gonna give my partner a deer in the headlights look then.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, look, if both of you bring one friend each, you'll get your own second free crystal.
Oh, free crystals.
Yeah, just for one, bring in
That's
one
pretty
event.
good.
But of course, if you need another crystal, if you're like, sometimes when you're new, you can't, you're not very efficient at absorbing the crystal energy. Sometimes you need multiple crystals. So, let me know. Here's my personal number. You can call me any time of day. I understand if you need a little pick me up. I also have ones for mental focus. I have ones to help you calm down. We have a lot of different crystals to help you.
I'd offer to bring a friend, but my only friend is a guy friend, and you know how guys get in places with lots of women.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah. No, I understand.
do you have like guy salespeople or?
Well, we try and make it for everybody, but like you have to be a certain open-minded kind of person. And if your guy friend isn't really open-ended, then open-minded, then he isn't going to really be able to absorb any crystal energy. So, and it's better if he doesn't come here if he's not open-minded, because it could really harsh everyone's energy. So
Don't want to do that.
yeah.
No, not at,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah. So what do you want to do anything else? Here?
Probably just stay long enough to make it look like convincing that we weren't just casing the joint. And
Sure. You can make more skill checks now if you want.
Could I see if maybe any of them have seen somebody that looks like Guzman? Like, has he shown up to these things?
Yeah, you would have been able to get his file photo from his FBI files. Do you show photos of that, or are you just going to like describe him?
Describe him.
Sure. Give me persuade.
Oh god, here's hoping I don't screw up.
I mean, yeah, you both chose these characters. So.
Critical success.
Nice.
Oh. There's a person there. It's like, oh yeah, I saw. No. I'm thinking of someone else. It's a very obvious like.
He's been here.
Well, it wasn't here. It was somewhere else, but that's really for more advanced crystal people, crystal energy wielders. That's not. How do you know this man?
Oh, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend.
And why are you asking about him specifically then?
Well, it's nice to know there's familiar-ish faces around. You know how it is.
Okay.
You want to make sure that you have friends everywhere, right? Helps with, good vibrations.
Okay. Okay. But that was he was definitely he's
Starts with the advanced class.
yeah. If you're not ready for that yet. You should don't worry about that. Don't worry about him either.
What was it take to get ready for that? I'd be very interested in learning.
Well, there's well, first you have to pay for a class.
Okay.
Your basic class. Then you have to be selling for at least 6 months.
Oh.
And you have to bring in at least 4 people.
Oh wow.
And then we can sort of gauge you from that.
No way to make it up the ranks quicker?
I mean, what kind of contribution? What like how devoted are you to the crystals?
Oh, I'm very devoted.
Like $100,000 devoted?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Let me get with my accountant and see what we can figure out.
I admire that fierceness, but it's a big ask. But if you can't bring in people, you have to bring in the equivalent of that much money, and that's a lot. So
That makes sense. No, that makes sense.
not many people can do that. But we
That's
won't
true.
say no if you can bring that much in.
We'll have to take a look.
Okay. All right. So, what do you?
We have that much petty cash sitting around.
Oh, fuck no.
No.
I mean, you're gonna have to go out and steal that yourself if you want that,
Oh man.
or hit a green box.
So what you're saying is we become the payday crew.
Well, yeah. Or there might be that much money in a green box, blood soaked 20s in a duffel bag somewhere. But
That
yeah,
belonged to the payday crew.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's worrisome.
But you have to go to a.
So it's like Scientology with more crystals, is what I'm getting at here now.
Well,
She said 6 months is the minimum to get in there, right?
Yeah,
6 months and
4
bringing in 4
people.
people.
About when did that shift in personality in Guzman's records happen?
You don't know exactly because
Oh, that's right. I don't have a timeline. Shit.
Yeah, because we couldn't convince what's his name. Do we have a way to access their records, perhaps? Like, we could see if we could find someone who would be able to get us access to that.
Steady Home.
Yeah. See if
That's-
they might have info on them.
That's definitely going to be a skill check of some kind. So yeah, you definitely can do that though. What skill check do you want to do to try and get a hacker to get into? I mean, do you have computer science?
No.
Okay. What skill check do you want to get to convince somebody with computer science?
Man. Persuading somebody at 30% seems really terrible, but I think I might.
You guys chose these characters. Like, I gave
Yeah.
you a pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. I mean, I saw one of you had ride. I'll let you like reshift those ride points. Like that's those 60 points into something else because
Don't mind if I do.
like ride is not a skill.
Wait, so you were like a horse cop?
Apparently. You know what? I'm going to sink that 60 into computer science. Why not?
okay. Yeah.
Sweet.
Hack it. Make that
Hack
roll.
that shit.
Yep. Hack that Gibson.
But you can't hack the Gibson. That's what he
God
said.
damn it.
Or
Apparently I can't.
you can't. Yep.
Yep. Plague was right. Plague was right.
You can't. You need to get access to. If you can try again, if you get access to somebody's phone or laptop who works at study home, you know, you need something to do that. So you could just fucking steal it from them. You could fake a mugging. You could
Well, if you need someone burly, my character does have a strength of 15, so I'm guessing she's pretty.
I
or
think
you could do something else. Yeah,
the
you don't.
mugging angle might work best. Steal one of their phones.
Okay. So you find
know, a
their office,
mask and some-
their headquarters. It's a publicly listed building. It's in downtown Portland, Oregon. And both you can give me. You can actually, if you're planning this as like a military operation, you can use military science to plan it.
Sweet. Nope, that's an 82 out of 60.
Yeah, mugging wasn't covered in it. It turns out. So yeah,
I wasn't that type of operative.
Yeah, so I'm
God,
not gonna give you a plan for free. You just tell me how you're gonna do it, or change.
God, we're terrible at this.
Yep, we're real good. We're real good spies.
Well,
so obviously put on get ski mask, hoodie,
Okay.
nondescript clothing, basically.
you don't have to do this, by the way. Don't make me think you that you have to do this.
Yeah, but Ross, it sounds fun.
It does.
Okay.
It's a very RPPR thing to do, Ross.
All
You're
right.
staying on your brand.
All right. Fair enough.
At least we're not trying to punch any dogs.
Yeah.
We're trying to stop people from punching dogs.
Touche.
Protect the dogs.
Protect the doggos.
So, nondescript clothing.
Ball cap pulled down over face.
Yeah, sunglasses, all that jazz.
Mhm.
Lie in wait in a nearby alleyway, I guess.
Okay.
With hopefully has line of sight to people that would be coming out of the building. And then just kind of.
All right. Both of you give me alertness checks to find that alley first.
Okay.
No. 79 out of 60. 50. 79 out of 50.
Made it.
Okay. Yeah. You find an alley that fits those criteria.
Sweet.
All right. You'll need to. All right. Are both of you going to be mugging this person?
I'll act as lookout and basically keep an eye out for any sort of complication for it.
Okay. And you're going to be the actual mugger then?
Yep.
Okay.
I fit the physical description. It's fine. And yeah, when somebody who's, going after a specific person seems like probably somebody that we already had contact with seemed possibly a bad idea, but I don't know how It's just when I see someone who looks like they would be higher up the food chain there, that might have more access. Don't forget feedback from me again, Kyla.
Yeah.
Oh man, again? Jesus.
There we go.
Yep. Yeah, when someone comes by that looks like they would have more access than others there, they look more like an important person there. Yeah, just kind of pounce.
Okay. First off, Katie is the lookout.
Yep.
So Katie Opitz will have to make another alertness check.
Here goes.
And because you are enacting this plan, this is me. It's still go time, regardless.
Oops, wrong thing.
Yep. It's not enabled in that channel.
Made it.
All right. You spot a person who's leaving the office. Fits the profile of an employee. A well-dressed woman. And then you. So yeah, and you don't see any complications. So
I will signal go.
All right. So
It's go time.
Tanya, you see the target. She approaches the alleyway. What are you gonna do?
Step out in front of her
Okay.
and demand that she give me her phone and wallet, purse, whatever.
Okay. So there's no separate intimidation skill.
Yep.
So you can do this calmly, with a persuade check. So you are brandishing a weapon.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you a
probably
plus 20
persuade.
bonus, or you could be angry and yell and just make a unarmed check. By be physically intimidating, but you will obviously. So which skill do you want to use?
The second one would probably draw more attention, so I probably want to go with the.
A failed skill check, either one will draw the most attention.
That is true. Yeah, let's go with the unarmed brandishing the weapon. I would still get the 20% bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's go with it because that'll
All
be a
right.
70 as opposed to a 50. So let's do this. 47. So that's a success.
Okay. So she is paralyzed with fear. And you are threatening another human being with a gun. So give me a sand check for violence.
Okay. I succeed.
Yep, it's fine. No sand loss. And
Trouble with childhood.
yeah, you can grab her cell phone, or you can grab her purse.
Cell phone, purse.
Well, it's just
one or
purse.
the other.
Yeah, she's not carrying anything in her open hand, so you grab her purse easily. Are you going? What are you going to do next?
Run.
Okay, give me athletics.
Okay. Let's see. My athletics is 50.
Holy shit! Yeah,
So I succeed.
That's a crit success.
It is a crit success. So yeah, you're out there and you get away. No other complications. Good job, team.
Hooray.
You mugged a
I
woman.
mugged a lady. Yay.
I'm not sure we should be happy about that.
Yeah.
I've probably done worse.
Well, the night's still young.
I will do.
Yeah. So there's steady home business cards in there, and there is a cell phone. So you can give me another hacking check with a plus 20 bonus.
First thing I do is turn off GPS location if that's going on the phone. Just...
Really, Dice? Really? God, they hate me.
Yeah,
Fail.
they do. That's still a fail. So she didn't have the right login information, or you're unable to unlock the phone. So yeah, you're not that good of a hacker. It looks like. So yeah, this was a wash. I assume you're going to be throwing the phone away.
Well,
yeah. So yeah, what's your next move?
I don't know. That was my plan.
Okay.
We've got the
give you
cards.
We can still talk to Guzman.
You still can. I'll give you idea checks or criminology checks.
Did she leave Bluetooth enabled on her phone by any chance?
Sure.
Because I guess Bluetooth is a security issue.
Mm-hmm. I would say, well, you failed your check, so I assume you already tried to exploit that. That was how you were trying to get in.
Yeah, and just ran up against a brick wall.
Yep.
So we got Guzman, we've got the advanced meetings, and we got a card from that lady at the meeting.
Yeah.
Guzman, I think, would be the best
I think
lead.
Guzman's like our best lead. Could we like observe him beforehand? Like,
Ooh, yeah, you could put him under, so you could stake him out yourself.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
because I think that might be better than actually talking to him. Because talking to him will, with the way our lives are going right now, will definitely put us. Yeah, he'll be on to us.
Yeah, bad things would happen.
you can stay far enough away that you don't have to make stealth checks or driving checks, or you could get close enough to make standard checks, or you could make ones super close that require that would give you penalties to your roll, or you could put tracking devices on his car.
Ooh. I kind of like the idea of that one.
I like that one.
I think a combination of the tracking devices on the car and then also like some
For-
regular surveillance.
Yeah.
Okay. Tracking devices you have access to because hey,
Yeah.
it's your part of
Shadowy
the-
government conspiracy.
Yep. And you find his car. He lives in an apartment with a parking garage, and it's actually really easy to just go up to his car and put it on.
Yep.
So you don't really have to make a skill check for that.
Slap it on the undercarriage so he doesn't notice.
Yep. Well, I mean, if he searches all of the car,
Yeah.
he would be able to find it because he is an FBI agent. He would know what to look for because he's put these on himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have his car on GPS now. So what do you want to do next? Just watch to see what he does during the day?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So in the morning, he gets up and goes to work, which is the FBI office. At lunch, he goes to a restaurant. After lunch, he goes back to the office for 2 hours. And then at 4 o'clock, he drives out, actually outside of Portland. Right outside of Portland to a house.
I say we stake out that house.
Okay.
So
He spends an hour there. And then he drives back to his home. Okay. So you're going to go check out that house?
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. So it's a rundown neighborhood. And as you're getting closer to the house, both of you can give me alertness checks.
Alertness check. I succeed with a 5.
Okay. Well, only one of you needed to make it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but Tanya hears motorcycles revving nearby, very loud ones, like not Japanese, but like American motorcycles. And there's several of them. In fact, you can see a motorcycle, a man in a leather jacket with some sort of exotic symbol on the back, driving his motorcycle. He is quite heavily tattooed, at least on his face. Yep.
He is definitely looking for a job.
So are you going to keep going to the house?
Yeah, I think so. Keep a note on what that guy's, what the thing on the back of his motorcycle vest looks like, because that may be his, what do they call them, clubs?
Yeah,
Motorcycle club. Yeah.
Yeah.
You drive by the house. You see there are at least 6 men in leather jackets or flannel shirts, mostly wearing sunglasses, with mini tattoos and facial hair. There's at least 12 motorcycles parked on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And they are drinking beer and from various bottles. And they see you watch your car drive by. They look at you, and you drive on.
Yep. Yeah, just a quick, drive past so that hopefully not get too much attention. Did we notice if they also tended to be wearing the same cut as the dude?
Yep.
That we saw previously? Okay.
Yeah. Give me another alertness checks.
I succeed with a 19.
Okay.
Fail.
All right. You hear motorcycles revving up behind you.
They made us. I started doing drive checks to
Get the heck out.
basically lose them.
Who's driving?
I'll be driving
What's
Okay.
your drive at?
60.
Okay, you're better than me.
Cool. So 36 out of 60.
Okay. Let's see here.
Don't want to do anything too like flashy or anything. Just want to.
Ooh, that's a critical success.
Oh,
Um,
Dukes.
well, there's actually two. Let's see what the other one does. Well, the other one gets lost. But one of them, you think you've gotten out of the neighborhood. You're getting closer to the highway, and a motorcycle like pulls out in front of you. And it's one of them, and he's points to the side of the road, but he's slowing down. So in front of you.
Forcing us off the road, basically.
I mean, basically.
Tanya?
Try to go around him?
Okay. You tried normally and it didn't work because he critically succeeded. So if you want to try again, that will require another driving check because you're gonna have to like pull some shit. He's not letting you pass normally.
I'll pull some shit.
I'm gonna buckle up just to be safe.
That's a 16.
All right. You get ahead of him as you basically stop, take a side street, and then, or actually, you go through a yard and get around him and gun the engine, but he's in hot pursuit. So where are you going to be heading on the highway to try and lose him in that, or are you?
I'm not sure if that would be the easiest because highway would be more of a straight stretch, so I feel like it'd be a little harder to lose him that way.
Okay.
So I think using windy side streets and stuff might be.
Or gun through a light as it turns yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you could head for the city itself. You could stay in suburbia. You go to rural territory, or you go to the highway.
Let's go to the city itself.
Okay. Start heading towards Portland, the big city. So, it's a chasing. He is after you. He has saddlebags on his bike, so you don't know what he's carrying. And he's going. You're both going pretty fast.
Yep.
But you're not really like doing such flagrant shit that either you're gonna get like.
Yeah.
You're speeding, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The question is, are you going to stay that way, or are you going to escalate and get more like illegal, violent than he is currently going?
I don't necessarily want to get like violent with it. I don't think.
No.
Okay, so staying the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there'll be a standard opposed roll.
Okay. 42 out of 60.
All right. You both succeed, but you succeeded closer to your target number. Ooh. So you get away from him.
Sweet.
He is there's heavy traffic and he's on a motorcycle and you're in a car, so you have that advantage.
Cool. Then like find somewhere to, hide out for a bit. Hopefully not get found by him.
Yeah. No, you lost him. There's only one bike. And the other one, but they definitely made you.
Yeah.
No, how good of a light, but you basically drove by biker gang clubhouse.
It's the Crystal, isn't it? It's
and you were two serious looking people in a sedan.
Yeah.
Looking quite serious. So they're like, the fuck is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I able to look up their club based on the thing on the back of his vest?
Yep. For free, I'll tell you, it's the Leviathan MC. Leviathan Motorcycle Club. You can give me a criminology check or a history check to learn more about them.
Criminology.
I'll roll history. Yes, I managed to succeed on history.
Good, because I didn't.
It's a West Coast motorcycle club. Very violent.
I assumed 1%.
Oddly, there have been 5 members who were prominently murdered and their bodies found, murdered execution style, which all shot through the heart in the last 2 years. But yet, oddly, the gang still, and these were senior members of the club, but the club seems to be doing quite well, despite their losses.
Oh shit! I just had a horrible idea.
Yeah. What's your horrible idea?
Were these dead motorcycle club members being run through the program, the computer program?
Acuity?
Acuity, yeah.
If they were killed and you call back to Warren, and she confirms that federal autopsies in federal cases would be entered into that. They would.
Oh shit!
Yeah, give me sand checks.
Don't mind if I do, because that's horrifying.
I barely fail.
I passed.
All right. Lose one sanity, apparently.
Okay.
So, what you gonna do?
So is your supposition that basically that the Acuity is possibly, killing these people?
No, they were
or
dead
that they're
when you...
bringing them back?
I don't know, but if they were run through it, and it seems like Guzman knows these guys, so he was feeding it into the program? Shit. I think Guzman is one of the people responsible for Man going missing.
Okay. Well, that's not good. I
don't know what I'm looking at, but it's spooky.
Yup. Not a fan. Trying to think of what to do to catch Guzman.
How to catch an FBI agent.
Yeah. Like how to get the right info. I mean, I guess we could toss his place while he's out.
Well, I mean, you are Delta Green. You are members of the program, so literally kidnapping him and taking him to a black site.
Yeah, that is an
or a
option.
green box. Yeah, you could call for a secure place to take him, which is going to be a green box. You could just make him tell you things.
Enhanced interrogation is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You could also ask your supervisor for.
Sure, see if they have a.
Yeah, I think asking might be the best bet.
Yep, let's do that. Give them what info we already have and our guess as to Guzman's affiliation.
Okay.
Not as much a guess, but evidence toward his affiliation with both these Leviathan folk and the Steady Home. I will mention that there's something going on with those crystals. I wanted it to just be bullshit, but I think it might actually I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird and spooky.
Yep. Too spooky for me.
Okay. So your handler, you tell your handler, the handler says, get him and take him to this location.
Okay.
There is, when you get him there, call me and I will instruct you further.
Seems good.
Yes, sir.
There will be someone on site. Call me. Yeah.
Okay. Copy that.
Loud and clear.
Let's see here. All right. So how are you going to get him?
I think the best thing. I feel like getting him in his sleep would probably be the best thing to do.
Do to him what he did to Man, 2 a.m.
Basically, turnabout's fair play, I guess. I'm not very stealthy though, so that might be hard. We could try to trick him into going to the location somehow, but then that might mean he'd bring backup.
You could just wait while he's up and just point a gun at him, say, "Come this way."
Yeah,
He'll shoot you.
Yeah.
Inelegant, but I like it.
Ambush him in the parking garage on his way home.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep. Sounds like a good idea.
All right.
It's a good bad idea. I like it.
Actually,
give me
no,
that. All right, give me a military science check. But whatever this is, kidnapping a dude is definitely military science.
Yeah.
But whatever you get, you get.
23 out of 60.
Okay, so you remember the basics: put on gloves, masks, check out security cameras, use a stolen car, or use a car that you're willing to ditch. Or better yet, use his car.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
definitely.
So you basically walk there from miles away. You get in. Both of you give me stealth checks. I'll give you a plus 20 bonus.
Cool. That
Sweet.
means I'm rolling out of 30. 86.
Okay.
So, no? Very
Negative.
Okay. So he sees you and is what do you want?
You're gonna have to come with us.
Okay, he draws his gun. What's your dex?
My dex is 10.
Mine is 17.
17. Okay, you're definitely going
Jeez.
first, Katie.
Got a ninja over here.
He is going to reach for his gun. What are you going to do? You can charge him in melee if you want to. You are close enough to do that. You're in point blank range, in other words.
I have a taser, right? Since I'm a cop.
Sure.
I'm gonna tase him, make sure he doesn't drops the gun, doesn't shoot us.
All right, I'll let you make that with unarmed or melee weapons, whatever's higher.
Unarmed, definitely.
Okay.
Success.
All right. Instead of drawing his gun, he is going to try and dodge because holy shit, it's a taser. He has a dodge.
6 out of 60.
It's a dodge of 50 because he put one thing into it. And so he dodges. And he's like, ugh! But that was his turn. So now it is Tanya's turn.
Tanya shall try to use unarmed as well to get him in a sleeper hold or something.
Sure.
07 out of 50.
Okay, you get him a sleeper hold. He can't resist because he already acted. You just grab him, put him in sleeper hold. All right, next round. Katie, what are you gonna do?
I guess yank the gun out of his hand?
Yeah. Give me an unarmed check to grab it.
Okay. Pass.
Okay, you grab his gun. He's like, and pointed at him, and he's like, okay, just don't kill me. So, you get him in the car, and tell him to start driving. So, off you go. By the way, both give me sand checks for violence.
I succeed.
Yeah, it's fine.
I do not.
Yep, kidnapping someone. Yeah, mildly disconcerting. 1 point.
I've been through worse.
Yeah. All right. So you get him to the green box, which is actually a small warehouse that is clearly condemned and boarded up and chain locked, but you are told where a key is under a certain rock, and unlock the padlock and get the chain in. And you can open up a rolling door to get the garage in. And there is not much in here, actually. but it is very cold when you step inside, and there is essentially a large shipping container. Sorry, there is
Okay.
a shipping container in this warehouse. And you can hear you get him in there. He's like, "What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want? I'm an FBI agent. People are gonna know I'm missing."
We're aware of who you are.
We're aware of who you are, Mr. Guzman. Agent Guzman, sorry.
Okay, so are you gonna call your handler?
Yep.
All right. So you call your handler. He's this time he's using something that distorts his voice. He says, "Restrain. There are chains and handcuffs in the corner. Use those to tie up the target." Which I assume you do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put the target near the shipping container.
Do so.
Okay.
Okay.
Near the side with the number 6578, which is large numbers dental on the side, between the 5 and the 7 in particular.
I guess we'll place him there.
Yeah. Tell the target if he does not tell you what you want to know, he will be killed.
All right, Agent. You're gonna have to answer our questions, or it's gonna be lights out for you.
What? Give me a persuade check.
Oh boy. Fail.
Okay. You can spend as long as you want to convince him, but when you are convinced, he is no longer able to be persuaded. If you cannot persuade him to reveal what you want to know, you'll notice between the 5 and the 7, there is actually a hatch that is sealed by a bolt that is concealed on the side. Leave the target to where his head is under this hatch and pull the bolt back, then step away.
Ugh.
Okay. I'm trying to think of an angle.
Call me back when you have got your information.
Yeah.
Hangs up.
Why are you with the Leviathan Motorcycle Club?
Fuck you! I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. We know you went there.
Fuck you! You don't know anything.
Yeah, sure. We don't. I'm sure Man didn't know anything either.
He looks a little. Both of you can give me human checks.
Okay. I succeed miraculously.
All
right. Success.
All right. Yeah, he's shook by that. So, but at this point, something bangs on the inside of the shipping container. All of you jump back, and then you hear a voice. Hello.
You don't want to meet our friend in the box.
Who's out there? Is it a friend?
Maybe.
Oh, it is a friend. Strangers are just friends you haven't met.
Sure.
Have you brought me a gift?
Maybe. If he doesn't cooperate, he'll definitely be a gift.
Pull the bolt back. Pull the bolt back. Let me see.
Give us a minute.
What the fuck are you freaks doing? What the fuck is this?
I don't know either, but you really want to find out what's in there?
This is just some fucking bullshit CIA psyop. You're fucking playing with me.
Tell us about the program. The one you were trying out with Man.
Yeah, talk to us about Acuity.
So give me a persuade check at the +20.
Plus 20?
Mhm.
Damn it, failed. By 5.
Yep. Guzman does still not want to talk.
Man, you really don't value your life, do you?
This is all bullshit. You're all just fucking doing this Halloween bullshit to fucking psych me out.
Oh, you want worse? I can do worse. How about this? Man's missing.
So? What's it
You
got to
really-
do with me? I was here.
Yeah, I know. But whatever, they took all his stuff on Acuity, everything. You're the only person with what the fuck was going on with that in your head.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me.
Fuck you. Let me out of here. Maybe you won't spend the rest of your life in prison. Spend the rest of your life in prison, yeah. I'm an FBI agent, man. It's only a matter of time before someone realizes that I'm missing. Your fucking amateur hour kidnapping is gonna get you. Fucking lead them right here. You even put my car in here. Like, you know, just let me go. We can sweep this under the rug, pretend it didn't happen. You go back to whoever and tell them to fuck off, and we'll just pretend this never happened.
No.
All right.
I'll start reaching for the bolt. You really want to talk, man. I don't want to open this, but you're really gonna like what happens even less if I do.
I don't fucking. You're just fucking like. This is such bullshit. This is just like fucking amateur fucking. What are you, a bunch of fucking analysts who think you're fucking field ops now? Fuck you.
Fuck you too.
Okay.
Start slowly sliding the bolt, see if it, persuades him.
Okay. He is very tense, but he's convinced this is bullshit. Also, perhaps he is scared about the idea of betraying the Leviathan Motorcycle Club.
Okay, look, buddy.
Yeah.
You don't want to die, right?
I'm not gonna die. You're just a bunch of fucking amateurs pretending with this fucking elaborate scenario. Fucking and God.
Look, if you're worried about those motorcycle club goons, don't be. We'll figure out something to keep you safe. Change your name, move to the country, get plastic surgery. I don't fucking know.
Oh, Jesus. I don't. Fuck off. Just let me go.
Can I try one last persuade roll?
You have to escalate.
Will shooting a gun next to his head help?
That counts as escalation.
Seems
Well,
good.
you can escalate, or you could offer him something real, like, or give him something he didn't know. For example, if you
The
talk
whistle blowing.
yeah.
Hey, man was blowing a whistle on it.
What?
Yeah, man blew the whistle on the program.
Why would he do that?
Well, whatever it was, I don't know. They took his stuff with him, but whatever it was bad enough he was willing to stick his neck on the line for it.
Why would he blow the whistle on it?
He thought it didn't work
Why would he think that?
because of what you were giving him. He said he was working out and he had evidence. He was going to bring it to the DOD, the whole kit and caboodle.
I don't know what you're talking about. I gave him perfectly normal footage. It was fine.
Really? Because the people in it were coming up as legally dead.
All right, now you can roll. Plus 40.
That time worked.
Woohoo.
Fuck. Oh, shit. Fucking, God damn it, man. God damn it, Ervin. Oh, shit. Fine. Fuck. I'm fucked.
Just
Okay, so I'll fucking talk. Just in the freak show, all right? The fucking theatrics, all right?
okay.
There's another slam in the shipping container. Where's my dinner?
Slide that thing closed.
I
Okay.
didn't have it open all the way.
Yeah.
So yes, or else I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have a head. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll step away.
All right. So Guzman talks. He says, I was assigned to investigate Steady Home as a pyramid scheme. So I put surveillance on them, find out who's going in and out of the office. And that's the surveillance footage I use for them. But then as I'm investigating it, I get fucking some guys show up at my house at night with guns at my head. And they tell me they don't appreciate me snooping around. And I tell them, what I know. And they say, well, we can just give you a shitload of money to make it go away. However you can. So the thing about Steady Home is the reason why the crystals are so effective and they give people energy is because they're fucking coating them in crystal meth. And the calming crystals are covered in like a thin diluted version of fentanyl. I don't know where their source is, but it's a drug smuggling ring disguised as an MLM marketing scheme. They're selling fucking meth and opioids to housewives. And some of the housewives are dumb enough not to fucking realize it. And the Leviathan motorcycle clubs provide selling it to them. And Steady Homes, laundering the money and providing the distribution. The thing is, there's something fucked about them, and I don't know what it is, but yeah, I don't know how they faked it, but they faked the deaths of at least 5 members because I've seen them. And yeah, so at that clubhouse, their boss, Pepper Red, is claims he sold his soul to the devil and he can bring his and even hell won't take the Leviathans. And so if you want to get made in that club, you have to die and come back from hell. And so I had to tell them everything. So eventually I told them about Irving, and Irving got weird. They got nervous. And so I got out Irving's information. I gave it to them. So I guess they sent it to the boys and they took care of Irving. So yeah, I'll whistleblow them. I'll need witness protection. Have the IG do that. But that's the deal. Steady Home is part of a drug smuggling cartel, and Steady Home knows. They're the ones who contacted Leviathan in the first place.
That explains them acting all weird.
So their CEO is Daniel Powers, and he's got some kind of shaman, some Korean guy, who he is his spiritual guidance mentor. I don't know. I don't know where he found this dude, but like they get really weird, some shit. Pepper Red goes there occasionally too. So yeah. Anyways, you two remember that you were told to call back.
Yep. That's what I will do when we have the info.
All right. So you have all the information you need from the target?
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize like crazy to him for being such an amateur.
Open the hatch and put his head in.
What?
Open the hatch and put his head in.
Okay.
What? No.
Open the hatch and put his head in, or otherwise eliminate him. He is a liability. He could inform our next targets.
I mean, I'm not gonna refuse a direct order, as unsavory as it is.
I mean, you can choose to do that.
Yeah, but then they find out, and then I'm the one that gets their head put in the thing.
I'm gonna refuse. I'm gonna refuse a direct order because
Well,
I might be doing shady shit, but that's just one step too far for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're still going to be an accomplice if Tanya does it.
Yeah.
Tanya, do you really want to live with this in your head for the rest of your life?
I mean,
Come on, you took an oath. You're
there's already bodies. Like,
so what's one less?
what's one more?
Do you honestly think you can live with yourself? Because I can't.
Well, I mean, you can step outside so you don't have to see it.
Look, why don't we just leave him here? You know, it just, you know, hide him out until the end.
Because then it's our asses.
I don't.
Like,
I don't
he
care.
shows up, or he tells, these Leviathan fuckers, then we're dead 2 ways, probably.
Hey, Guzman.
Yeah.
You want to bust these guys down to 0?
Sure.
Is he lying through his teeth? Is he gonna turn on us?
Give me a human roll.
Fail.
Oh no, actually he's very trustworthy. He's you made him see the light.
Like, no, I feel like I do what I'm told by a superior. So I'm gonna open the hatch.
I'm gonna step outside before that happens.
Okay, it's the same sand check for both of y'all for not inaction is still action. So
Yeah.
well,
oh man, if I'd lost one less sanity, I would have succeeded. That's funny.
all right.
I'm fine.
But also nice.
You lose 1 sand from because there's no way of not losing 1. The entire body goes through that hatch.
I just kind of freeze and stare at it.
Yeah.
Because that was 6 to go, so that's a temporary, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. No.
So yeah, I'm just gonna like,
Yep. It just gets sucked through the hatch.
It was like a vacuum.
Yeah. So the 2 of you need to get going. So
step outside, pale as a sheet.
I don't want to know.
1,000-yard stare.
Tanya?
I mean, if you 2 wanted to have a gunfight to determine whether he had lived or not, that would have been fine. That could actually
that would have been
into that game.
that would have been kind of great.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to look at a vacuum again.
Yeah.
What?
So don't worry about it. You don't want to know.
No, I don't. That's why I came out here.
I really don't want to. Oh boy, man. So yeah.
So you debrief.
We're coming to Oregon again, guys.
Actually, you're told to leave. You're too hot now. Another team's going to have to pick this up, or that's what the supervisor tells you. Just go to the airport and get out.
Warn them that there is some seriously spooky shit in that place. Be careful. They're probably they are the ones who took Man. So watch your back.
But both of you are driving to the airport. Both of you give me alertness checks.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Critical success.
Okay. There's a group of motorcycles closing in on you.
Great.
Lose them.
You're on the highway.
Yeah, I think they're coming.
Well, you're driving. It's your call.
Try to lose them again.
Well, you're on the highway now. Where are you going to be heading towards to lose?
I mean, I feel like heading towards the airport's a good idea because we need to get out of here.
Highway. Like there's no way to like you just have to go faster or just hope that they get caught in traffic.
Yep.
It is late at night, so there's not a lot of it. So but
I think I'm more willing now to live dangerously. So
give me a drive check.
Drive check it is. That's a failure.
Okay. There are 3 bikes. The first one is a failure too. The next one is a failure. Holy shit. The third one gets really good. So one of them gets within shooting range. Yeah. In fact, he's going to take a shot with a burst from his submachine gun.
Ooh, snap.
Yep. Let's see here. And if he hits,
How much armor does a car give?
depends on where it hits. If it's the windows, it's like fuck all.
Yep.
So,
Oh dear.
yep. We'll say the driver is odd and the passenger is even. Odd. It is the driver.
Great.
Yep, you were hit, and you failed your drive check, so
Yeah, I
you
did.
dodged this. So this is lethality.
Dope.
Yeah, I will say you have 2 points of armor from the window.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah. So yeah, you might live. So 5 damage.
5 damage.
Yeah.
They wake me.
Give me an immediate drive check.
Okay. 27. That's a success.
Okay, so you don't immediately spin out, but you are bleeding pretty badly. You are in pain. Now we're in combat proper. Katie, you do have a gun. You can return fire if you want. And I believe it is your initiative because you have Dex 17, right?
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
With my rinky-dink little pistol.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Not with that roll, I'm not.
Yeah, no, you are not. All right. The first biker is going to, the one who's already in range is going to shoot. And he gets a critical success.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he's honed in. So, yeah. Now you made your immediate reaction drive. It's you can react. You can try and dodge with a drive check. But that would require another critical success.
Great. Nope, not a crit success.
Nope. All right. This is more lethality.
Yep.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
Assume he's still shooting at me.
That is 6 more points of damage, -2, because I assume your car seat is you're sort of leaning down. So that is,
well, I'm still conscious.
how many hit points do you have?
5.
You had 15 to begin with?
14. Did I do the math
Okay.
wrong? 7 and 5.
Well, 5 for the first one because you had 2 points of armor.
5 for the first one and then 4 for that one. So I've taken 9. So yeah, I'd have 5 left because I have 14.
All right,
base.
yeah.
I have a strength of a lot.
Yeah. So Joe's a good driver.
Sack of hit points, okay.
Yeah, no, you are a big bag of hit points.
Oh
God. Thank God.
Let's see here. So, let's see. The other 2 drivers are catching up. So, yeah. Now, new round. You do see a truck you can use to get on. So you only have to face one. If you get on one side of it, there's a big semi truck with a large trailer. So if you get on the right side of it, then there's only one lane on that side. So they can't all 3 of them can't shoot at you because they can't all get in that lane.
I would like to do that.
Okay, so you do that. So only one's going to be in range of you this turn. Okay. But any driving check failures are going to be really bad because you're going to hit the semi.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be really not.
That's
great.
fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Got a 40% chance of failure, right? Right.
I mean, I think everybody's acted this round, so I think we're on to a new round. So, Katie, you can go first.
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
Yeah, I'm gonna hit with that one.
Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
I believe it's 1d10 for a pistol, so.
Mm-hmm. And he'll have to make a driving check to hold on.
Oof.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Now they're pretty big, beefy boys too, so they are going to have that. And he does make his driving check. They have a drive of 60. because they're bikers.
Yep.
But he is definitely not in a good position, so I'll give him a -20 to his shot check. So
That's nice.
so he has a 40% this round. In fact, he'll only be able. In fact, he'll. This will be his only round. He'll be dead after this. He'll bleed out. In fact, you do lose one more hit point because you are bleeding.
Okay.
Let's see here. He does hit though, but you do get but it's a normal hit, so you can make a driving check to dodge it, or you can make a normal dodge check.
Yeah.
If the drive by.
I succeed.
You do succeed. So it hits the semi truck, and yeah. So
I'm sure that truck driver's having a great day.
yeah, he starts skidding away from both of you, drifting towards the middle lane. And yeah, you're only going to be rounds away from police helicopters and shit like that. Like they're people are already being called. Like your car's been lit up.
Do I know where the nearest hospital is?
Basically at this point, Katie, you're gonna have to stop the car at some point and like give him first aid, or give her first aid.
Thank God I put points in first aid.
All right, so
Just do it while I'm driving. It'll be fine.
it's a new round. One driver is drifting back, the one you shot. He is actually going to retreat because he is barely holding on to his guts. You gut shot him and he can't keep focusing on fighting. Let's see here. You lose another hit point. What are you down to?
I'm down to 3.
Okay, so your vision's going black. It's not going great for you.
Let's try not gun well.
Yeah. So there's 2
Let's-
bikers behind you. Let's see if they can get in position this round.
Can I get another round out of this by licking my meth rock?
One of them does. Holy shit!
God.
One gets right up on your ass with a perfect shot. So Katie, you can shoot at this person first though, because your dex is higher.
Can I shoot out the tire on his motorcycle so he crashes?
Yeah, that would be a called shot, obviously, but you're at close range. It would be normal, so the bonus and penalty would counterbalance it. Yeah,
Don't
he's
mind
at point
if I
blank range essentially.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, but if you hit, you'll punch him.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, you could have one-shotted him if you'd hit it, but yeah. He is going to go, and he is going to fail.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. So, and at this point, there are police helicopters and cars. So give me one last drive check there, Tanya, to not crash and die.
37, I success.
All right. So your car does not, you don't flip it.
Yeah.
So Katie, give me a first aid check.
Okay. Made it.
Okay. So you treat
Tanya.
Tanya, and save her life as the police. It was a major highway. People were reporting it. That even the bikers couldn't stay that long, so they were just trying to, get a quick kill in. But it didn't work out quite that way. So yeah, that ends that mission for you two. You don't know what else the program's going to do, but they're certainly not going to like. You got the basic info, what was happening, which was your mission. Didn't answer all your questions, but you got the basic idea. So yeah, that was OPAL ELK. I was sort of planning more gunfights in there, but I thought there were going to be 4 players instead of 2, so it's going to be a little more cavalier with killing you off. But
not for lack of trying.
Yeah. Well, I threw that in at the end. So yeah, questions, comments, suggestions. You guys like it?
Yeah, I like it. I really enjoyed the scenario. I like the use of a multi-level marketing thing because I live in Utah, which is like ground zero for all the multi-level marketing forever. So it really was entertaining for me.
Yeah, and I have to deal with MLMs at work because the customers always seem to think it's the best idea to, let's recruit the lady behind the register.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, no, I recently saw that. What got me thinking about this was, well, at least this part of it was actually a article comparing MLMs to cults.
Yeah,
They are cults.
they definitely are.
Yeah, and I think it was on Boing Boing. Let me look it up. Cult.
If you want to see how culty it really can get, read about the guy who founded Young Living.
Mm-hmm.
He was a nut.
Yeah, here it is. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, MLMs are cults that prey on moms, Mormons, and the military.
Yep.
So, but that wasn't the initial thing. The first thing was like, I want a scenario that's gonna involve a lot of gunfights, and then like I need a Delta Green hook. Be like, I know. How about someone makes a facial recognition software that starts like recognizing dead people? And I'm like, well, that's good, but that's too obvious. Veteran Delta Green players are like, oh well, there's a cult with a resurrection spell.
Yeah.
So I need to like obfuscate it, but through a few layers. Yeah.
Like that.
Yep. And
That was really well done. It just kept going deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
It was
Unfortunately,
multi-layered.
I wasn't fully awake until about 6:30. Well, 7:30, I guess, or 7:30 your time. So like the first part, I'm just like, no, stay awake, keep going.
Yeah.
Damn my night schedule.
Yeah.
No, it was real good. I like it.
I realize now if I want to do this as a one shot, I probably, well, I don't know. I think it was okay, good pacing because
No, I think the pacing was good.
If you had more players, I probably would have like given you an option to do a raid on them, but with just two characters.
It's hard to do
Delta
that.
Green be like, all right, you guys pull back. You guys are too hot. We'll like get a fire team together to go fucking burn the Leviathan clubhouse to the ground.
Yep.
I'd say that would be good as a two-part, like one set of characters for the investigation, and then the players play the people who are raid.
Oh, you know what? I think I'll do that with the RPPR people. I'll just like, we've got this information. In fact, I'll just give them all the information you earned. You learned.
Yes.
Just be like, here it is.
Oh man, I can't wait.
In fact, I could run that this weekend. I kind of want to do that.
Yes, do it.
I cannot wait to listen to that because that'll be super sweet.
You didn't find out how the dog got desiccated, but
I mean, I assume there's a mythos sorcerer.
Yeah.
I assume it's the Korean guy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. There'll be a bunch of little things. But yeah, I'll just give it. I kind of want to get Caleb in on it and be like, all right, here's what this other team found out. You need to go fucking.
Oh please! I can't wait for my ineptitude to make Caleb's life harder.
Yep. What did they do the FBI agent? Well, we had to get rid of him because
but all his stuff is still in his home.
Yeah, basically. Well, he just disappeared too. So there's no body being left. So.
Well, do you have like a concrete what the thing in the box is? Is it just like a ghoul or is it like something?
Probably just a ghoul. Like
I just when I hear the like he just gets pulled in, I'm like I didn't like see creepy hands. It just got like
vacuum. They're real strong. They can
That's
just
true. That's true.
They're real strong.
That is true.
And honestly, him saying kill him anyway kind of threw me for a loop. It was like, wait, what?
Well, Delta Green, it plays for keeps, and also Gusman's a huge liability. Like,
true.
Yeah.
If he told the anybody about what you knew, like,
oh man, you mean I could have made it even harder for everyone? Damn.
Oh yeah. Like
that
it was kind of bullshit that the bikers were able to find you at the end. I just wanted to have a gunfight.
Yeah, fine with it.
So I would just chuck that they were hunting for you and they just saw you by chance.
Or even they like somehow hacked the they figured out about the tracking device that's still on the car since we had to take Guzman's car because we didn't have another option.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have their own tracking devices on Guzman's car because they don't trust them.
Possibly, or maybe they put a tracking device on you in there when you drove by the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So, that's probably what I would retcon it to be. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably try and get killed to playing this at some point.
Do it.
Next. All right.
Super excited for that.
Well, cool. I'm glad you all like it. We'll see what happens with Operation Opal Elk Part 2.
I can't wait for people to be confused by there being a part 2 in the title without there being a part 1.
Well, for RPPR, I'll probably just call it Opal Elk. I mean, like, if you want the prequel game, go listen to these jerks. Yeah. So, yeah, it would actually be kind of interesting to do a Delta Green series. Yeah, another team found out what was going on. Y'all just need to fucking kill it.
Yep.
And it's just there's a lot to kill though. There's these assholes, and then there's these assholes, and we're kind of not sure of how many people you need to kill and how many are just innocent pawns.
Yep.
Or how many you just have arrested for drug smuggling, drug dealing charges. It's just a big old mess to sort through. Yeah. Anyways, cool. Well, that's about all I have for tonight. Unless you have any more questions or anything.
No. That's about it for me.
All right, cool.
None here.
All right, cool. And I'll talk to y'all later. Of course, we'll have more podcasts on RPPR, and I'll see some of you at Gen Con.
Woohoo!
All right. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.